Greetings fellow ukuleleans, Jeff Weinberger coming at you with a new tutorial. Today I'd like to talk about a different etude from my book Fingerstyle Etudes for the Ukulele. And this particular one is in E minor, and it's the fourth one in the book. It is a little longer than what I played. I played an abbreviated version. I cut out a couple of repeat signs, I cut out a DSL coda. I just wanted to give you a kind of a taste of what it is. And so I did this book a few years ago and sort of redoing the videos, the tutorial videos that I had on the book. So let's get right into it. Being in E minor, naturally an E minor chord is the main chord. It's the one you probably hear the most in this piece. But there's an interesting way you could finger that chord if you want to get to the next chord, G, more smoothly. And I'll show you that trick real quick. Finger your E minor chord with your second, your third, and your fourth fingers. That's an unusual fingering, but it really facilitates getting to the G chord a lot easier. It's a nice little trick to know. And so our G chord is kind of already hidden right there behind the E minor chord. If you have your first finger down, you know how a G chord goes. It's 0, 2, 3, 2. And our first finger is normally on the C string 2nd fret. So it can stay there when you're doing your E minor chord. The only change you have to make between G and E minor is your pinky on the C string. So your pinky is down on the 4th fret for the E minor, and it's off for the G. That's a nice trick. You can also do that in a strumming situation. But in this fingerstyle situation, it also works. So there's the first thing to know. And then we get onto an A7 chord, but this isn't your standard one finger A7. I kind of like this voicing where you add your pinky to the E string 3rd fret. So that gives you 0, 1, 3, 0. I like that A7 quite a bit. I use a chord called G sus2. That's just a G chord with your 2nd finger missing, leaving that A string open. Nice chord. G sus2. As far as why are these chords called what they're called, we'll get into that some other time. I'm not going to talk about theory today. Going further into the tune, then we have a G chord up here, an up the neck one. That might catch you by surprise, so be prepared for that. When you look at the music, you might see the chord G coming and think that it's the same G that we used at the start, but it actually is an up the neck G. This one goes 0, 7, 7, 5. A is the same thing, up 2 frets from there. It is 9, 9, 7 in A. And then A minor is 9, 8, 7. So that chord progression being E minor, G, A, and A minor. And I have to admit that sounds a little bit like For Your Love by the Yardbirds. So even though these were kind of like classical etudes, I had classical music in mind when I wrote these. Some of my pop influences sneak in every once in a while. So it's a little late 60s psychedelic rock for you that just subliminally crept into this otherwise kind of classical sounding thing. And then later there's a D augmented, a D sharp augmented. You might not have seen that chord before, but it's not too hard. It's just 3, 3, 2. And that comes right after the E minor. So notice how they have a common tone. That first finger on the note B, the 2nd fret of the A string, that's a common to both chords. So just leave that planted. Don't move that finger. It's your other fingers that shift. Let's see, are there any other chords I need to tell you about? Yeah, sure enough, there's an A9 chord. A9 is just a fancy A7. It goes 0, 1, 3, 2. A9. Kind of a jazzy sounding chord or a bluesy sounding chord, A9. And then C6, very easy chord, 0, 0, 3, 0. No problem. Let's see, we have an E minor, B7. We're going to need that. That's 4, 3, 2, 0. Beautiful B7 that changes very nicely into E minor. They share the same shape. very handy B7 to know, an alternative to the much harder bar chord B7. And that's it for chords. Let me talk to you about picking patterns. Here's the picking pattern. It's thumb on the C string, index finger on the E string, middle finger on the A string. And then we go back. Index finger on the E string, thumb on the C string. Thumb, index, middle, index, thumb. If you want to get used to that, just sit on the E minor chord for a while and practice your picking pattern. Once you get the pattern down, it's a breeze. These aren't terribly hard chords. Yeah, there's a couple up the neck ones, but not too physically demanding. Easy picking pattern, cool chords. It's a nice little etude. One thing that you might want to do is practice this on open strings. You could not involve your left hand at all and just sit there and go like this. And totally focus on your right hand. I highly suggest you do that if you're new to fingerstyle ukulele. You could also mute the strings with your left hand and go. And concentrate on your right hand. So there you have it, ukulele people, yet another etude, the fourth one in the book. And the book is available on Amazon. Of course, I will link to it down below. I will leave a link to Amazon so you can buy it. Here's the cover. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn a lot from this book. I hope you like these etudes. And be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, be sure to click the notify bell. And I will catch you later. Bye-bye.